So today I want to talk about upgrading a couple parts. A bridge by Musiclily and strap locks by Musiclily. I think they make Wilkinson parts, so we're going to upgrade the whole guitar and see how this stuff does. I would consider this mid-grade hardware, but it's a billion times better than what comes in the kit. So let's get started. First things first, let's do a little bit of a quick unboxing here so you can see how it comes when you order it from Amazon. And things were packed really good in there. You can see it's got a little foamy thing there to protect it. And all of the plating looked really good on it. It has a huge brass trem block. So I really believe that this is going to be a good bridge to use. It has the vintage bent type saddles on there. And everything looks really great, to be honest with you. Especially for the price, this stuff is really, really well built. I will leave a link down below, but I am not affiliated and I do not have an affiliate link. But if you like the stuff, feel free to buy it here. I'm not here to make a bunch of money. I just want to make honest reviews and recommend things that I know will work. So obviously it came with all the screws necessary. It came with everything you need to get this going. They even have a instruction manual there. Now look at the size of this trem block compared to the one that comes with it. Look at this. Look at the difference. It's huge. So I normally use brass saddles on my tellies, and having this bigger block should help with the sustain. I believe what made out of brass will help with it being a little warmer and better clarity. And it weighs 399 grams. So with that being such a huge block, I did have to trim some off of the trem cavity just a little bit. Now, you can see here, there's a little ridge right there on the back side. Well, that's just like that on the front side too. And so all I had to do was take a couple millimeters off of that right there. And I just needed to make sure that there was not going to be anything rubbing or anything like that. So just took a couple millimeters off of that front edge by the screws there, and it all fit well. Now, there's really nothing to installing this tremolo. All the holes lined up perfect. Everything fit well. Like I said, I just had to shave a little bit off of there just to make sure that we were going to have a nice fit. Now, I do everything hand tools. I don't use drills and stuff as much as possible just because I don't want it to slip or screw up, you know, and scratch the surface of the guitar after it's been finished. So I just start screwing the claw in right there, and then we flip it over and pull that ground wire through that hole just so we have it. Now, when I get ready to set the bridge in, I just basically get all 6 of those screws and I get them started. And I run them close to where they're supposed to be, but I do not tighten them up 100%. I just get them close and snug. That way, because things move, and you know, you don't want to tighten everything down, torque it all down before you have everything fit well and you can move things around and make it happen. So these went in the same holes that were drilled. I didn't have to drill any extra holes or nothing like that. So that was great. Also, the screws that came with it were fine. And you can see here, I'm just kind of snugging it down and making sure that it's just not going to flop around. And it was pretty uneventful. Nothing happened. It screwed right in and everything was cool, man, you know. So now that it's in its spot it needs to be in, I flip it over, and I don't want it to move around, so I kind of support it before I flip it over. And now we're going to install the springs. Now what I do here is I just get the spring in the hole, and then I'll snug it up a little bit to get it to where the spring is just long enough to where I can put the other springs in and not have to stretch it out. Now, you could do it the easy way or the hard way, and I prefer to do things like this the easy way. If you torque down your claw and you try to spread them springs out and hook it that way, it's going to be a lot tougher. So this way, I'm just basically getting the screws to the right depth to where it is long enough that it will fit in the hole of the bridge, and then I tighten it up. So you can see here, I'm just sort of straightening it with my finger here and snugging it up just to get it the right length so that when I put the springs in, they're going to be in there fine. And see, just like that, it just, boom, it's done. We put the middle one in, boom, it's done. Now, I will snug up the claw even more, to get a little bit of tension on there. But like I said, this is all going to be readjusted when we do the setup on this, and I'm just getting it on there to stay. So there it is. We got our trem block set up, and so I'm just double checking to make sure the trem cover is going to work and that there's nothing rubbing or anything like that, because now I did measure the cavity to make sure that I would have enough room, but it's still a little bit closer than I like. But there is clearance there. I'll show you. I'll put a straight edge on here so you can see. You can see it is very tight, but it does work and nothing rubs. So they make a 36 millimeter trem block too. I believe this is the 40 millimeter one. So the 36 would be a perfect fit and just give you a little bit more room. But it doesn't rub, and it's fine. It's just very, very close. Now I'm just making sure the holes will line up over the trem block, and this is what the front looks like. And I'm double checking everything to make sure it's flat against the body and we don't have anything rubbing or moving around. And other than a little bit of trimming I had to do on there, but it fit great. It came with everything you needed, and we didn't have to drill any more holes. So let's talk about the strap locks that I got here. These are the same company, Musiclily, and I think they were like $13 or something like that. And this is the shallower type strap locks where you just have that little plunger thing, and you pull that out and it'll just click right into place. They're pretty much bulletproof and they work great. You can see here that the gold is the same color, which is great. And usually when you order from the hardware from the same company, they have a consistency in their plating. And you might say, well, what do you mean gold is gold? Well, gold is not gold. You'd be surprised at what some people try to pass off as doing that. So it came with everything you need in the kit. It came with the screws. It didn't come with the little felt pads, but I don't like to use them anyway. I just screw it right straight to the body of the guitar. And if you have a Phillips screwdriver, that's really all you need. And since the hole was already drilled out for the straps from before, you basically just screw it in and snug it up. And then you can see here how well the little plunger thing works and holds it in there good. So, it's pretty uneventful. And then we do the same thing to the horn. Screw it on in there and get it snug. And then you can see there. Now this I do tighten down because I'm never going to move them again, right? So this stuff I tighten down. And there you go. So we're getting closer and closer to getting this thing finished. If you get any value from these videos, please give it a like, share, subscribe. If you like seeing these guitar builds and reviews and stuff, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber, and we will talk to you on the next one. Thank you.